Hey cruisers, Captain Corey here. I am on board the MSC Seashore, and in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to give you 5 hits and 5 misses about this ship. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Today we're talking MSC Seashore. I'm sitting on board right now, and I've just cruised on this ship for the last 2 weeks. Now let's get into things with my number 1 hit here. And that's that the ship itself is absolutely beautiful. I think MSC has really nailed it with the Seashore. This whole class, this Seaside Evo class of ships, absolutely beautiful from bow to stern. The Italian design, the attention to detail, it shows. And you're gonna have a wonderful time on board this cruise ship, especially for those of you who love taking pictures. Now, my second big hit here for on board the MSC Seashore is that this ship visits some very exotic and very cool ports that you don't get on your typical Carnival or Royal Caribbean style cruise. You know, other cruises that fit in this price point. You are going to places like Jamaica, Charlotte Amalie, the Dominican Republic. Wonderful, amazing ports. Oh, Cayman Islands. How many times have you cruised to the Cayman Islands? Again, this is a wonderful opportunity to cruise to ports that you wouldn't typically get on most domestic cruise lines. Now, my third hit here on the MSC Seashore, well, it's the crew. The crew on every MSC ship, they're absolutely wonderful. Now, if you're used to a level of service from one of the major cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival Princess, you're gonna find that same level in the crew, be it the hotel staff or the restaurant and the bar staff. You are going to find amazing individuals all over this ship. And speaking of service, let's move into hit number 4. Every time I cruise, I find some little thing to test out the quality and the speed of fixing a problem here on board. Now, I told you I was here for 2 weeks on this ship, and it was a back-to-back cruise, which means I had to leave one room and go into another. And when I got into my second room, I noticed that the air conditioner just really wasn't working hardly at all. It was pretty hot in there, and I like things pretty cool. So I called down to customer service. Within 15 minutes, someone came up to make sure that the problem was valid and real, make sure I was using the thermostat correctly, which, yeah, I was, but I'm sure there's people who don't know how to use it. And about 20 minutes later, there were 3 crew members outside my door fixing my air conditioning. Within an hour, the whole problem was solved. So great work, MSC. That's a hit. So my 5th and final hit here on MSC Seashore, it's the entertainment in the main theater on board. I know a lot of people, that's one of the big draws to cruising is the built-in theater shows every single night. And of all the MSC ships that I've been on, this one here has the best and the most creative entertainment that I've seen across all the MSC fleet. There's beautiful colors, beautiful music, beautiful dancers. And I tell you what, I heard some singing that you wouldn't expect on board a cruise ship in a good way. I would highly recommend you check out all of the theater shows here on board the Seashore. Now, I just gave you my 5 biggest hits here on board the ship, but you know, with the good comes the bad, and now it's time to talk my 5 biggest misses here on the Seashore. Starting with number 1, the food options. What's going on, MSC? They are so limited if you are cruising on a budget, especially if you don't want to pay for any of the specialty dining. Well, all you get is a buffet that's open until about 9, sometimes 10 p.m., some pizza until maybe 1 a.m., and then if you're lucky, you'll be able to eat breakfast or lunch in one of the main dining rooms for only an hour. It's very limited, and if you're used to cruise lines like Carnival or even Royal Caribbean that have some extra food options that are included, like the taco stand, the burger stand, those kind of things, you're not gonna find that here on MSC. And often, well, I say often, and every single night I found myself running 10 minutes before the buffet closed to get a tray of snacks for later on in the evening. MSC, you gotta fix this. This is a problem. Now, the second miss here on my cruise was actually the app. This is what's considered a smart ship, and on your phone, you're supposed to be able to download an app called MSC For Me, which works. You can download it here. Even if you didn't pay for the Wi-Fi, the app works. The problem is, well, a couple of the days, they didn't even load the schedule into the app until 5 o'clock. So that means that I missed all kinds of activities throughout the day. because I couldn't see the schedule on my phone and I'm not going to lug around the big paper planner. So this is something that MSC needs to flesh out. On most other cruise lines, you can see the entire schedule as soon as you get on board and open the app. And on here, well, just cross your fingers and hope it loads for the day that you want to do something. Now, speaking of technology, that leads me into my third miss on this cruise, and that's the Wi-Fi. For calling this a smart ship, this has been the slowest and most unreliable Wi-Fi I've had at sea since I was on Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas, and the Wi-Fi just plain didn't work for a couple days. I wasn't able to upload any YouTube videos whatsoever on this Wi-Fi. You gotta get this fixed, MSC. It's 2022, we're a connected world. All right, that leads into my fourth miss here on the MSC Seashore, and that's the pools and the spas. While there's tons of them and they're beautiful, like the one over my shoulder here, they close at 8 o'clock. We're on vacation, MSC. This is not something that's normal in the industry. If you cruise on Royal Caribbean, they keep a hot tub or two open 24 hours a day. Carnival is usually 10 or 11 p.m., but here, 8 o'clock and you're out of the water. Now, my fifth and final miss here on the MSC Seashore, it's the casino. If you ever go there, it's small, there's really not a lot of room, not many tables at all, and they're missing some major things. On all MSC ships, for whatever reason, they have no craps tables. Now, that's not a problem if you play blackjack or poker, but if you're like me and you love craps, throwing the dice, well, you're out of luck, and MSC, you're missing out on a lot of that good gambling revenue otherwise. Not to mention the casino itself, very small, and I'm gonna give you a bonus miss here. All of the service at all of the bars here on board the ship, save for up in Loft 19 and in the Yacht Club, it took 5 to 7 minutes every time I tried to order a drink. They just didn't have enough crew members. I'm not sure if that's the crew shortage going on right now or if it's a standard thing here on the Seashore. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by to check out my hits and misses here on MSC Seashore. If you don't want to miss all the content coming off from this beautiful ship, make sure you get subscribed to the channel with the notification bell on. I do a daily cruise news episode, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at Midships Cruise. There it is. Thanks so much for stopping by, and until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships.